This is Doc Deason's weather.
You're watching Doc Deason's weather.
Two decades of severe weather experience here for you when it counts. This is Doc Deason's weather, live now.
Good morning, everybody. We are sitting at, 5:18 on this Saturday. Wanted to come in and talk a few minutes about the hail that we've got going on across the southern parts of our south central counties, I guess better said, with this severe thunderstorm warning. Let's get in here and put the radar into place if we can do that. There we go. All right, this storm here, which is right now crossing just south of Highway 21, that would be on the on the kind of that east side of Alto, is working with the potential for a little bit larger than golf ball sized hail. Weather Service is saying about 2-inch hail with that storm. So golf balls is about 1.75 inches. So we're a little bit bigger than that at the moment. So we definitely want to get you guys who are there just south of Highway 21 and into extreme northwestern, I guess we'll say, or western Nacogdoches County. That area there going to be hit pretty hard here with this hail. We'll kind of get in a little bit tighter on that for you. There's Linwood. There's 21 on right here. You see the cursor running from right to left there. We've got the severe thunderstorm watch, which is in place until 10 o'clock officially for I'd say about the southeastern 2/3 of East Texas. And the hail is definitely a larger piece of that concern within the watch box. You guys in Douglas, there just on the west side of 225, and probably along 225 now, are going to be involved with this as this thing continues moving, at about 40 to 50 miles an hour. So again, the hail potential there, severe thunderstorm warning, clips the northwestern part of the city of Nacogdoches. Although the hail on this thing is gonna track north of town. There'll be some trailing rain and whatnot back behind it. But overall, the concern for now is going to be you guys. Especially some less intense hail, but still probably quarters there on the southwest side of Cushing right now. But the bigger chunk of that stuff is probably going to pass just to the south of Cushing. Yeah, it's going to be not too far off, but you guys immediately south of town will see that, so we don't want you to get caught off guard with that either. Here's 204, which is an artery that a lot of us will take. Pontes back up here, but that 204 dumps out right there in Cushing, or I guess just south of town. And a lot of us used to take that back and forth to SFA years ago. But again, a bigger concern with this right now, nothing tornadic per se, just the hail potential in that. and so we don't want folks getting caught off guard. I know there's been a lot of talk, a lot of hype about severe weather today. It did not look as though we were going to have quite as much in the way of severe weather across our area as late as Friday morning, but models started to get pretty excited about the situation. The dry line didn't move quite as far east as I thought it was going to do yesterday. And so I think that is that boundary continues to kind of set up a good environment for strong to severe thunderstorms along it. And so we're seeing the effects of that here this morning. Dew points still in the upper 50s. Here, at least at my place. It was interesting. Last night we had dew points in the 30s at the Tyler Airport, and then you've got my house here, which is over by the mall. You know, a 20, 25 plus degree change in dew point over a pretty small bit of space. Tyler, you got hail in Douglas. Okay, thank you for that, Tyler. If you can let me know any estimate on size with that would be great, and then we can pass that along to the Weather Service. I know they, in situations like this, are always glad to have some ground truth on what it is that they're looking at. So, again, if you're just now waking up at 5:22 on a Saturday, a lot of folks don't get up too early unless they are kind of rustled out of bed by storms like this. So, wanted to come on in with the amount of concern that there is for severe weather east of us today. This is not even a this is such minimal impacts here from what we're dealing with today, although it's big if it's happening at your house. But the amount of stuff that's going to take place later today off to the east of us over Mississippi and Alabama, it's going to be a really rough day over in that part of the country. Winds pretty bad there, Lake Nacogdoches, Kim. Okay, thank you for that. Lake Nac, of course, west of town. So appreciate the heads up on that. You're getting some outflow from the storm there. Coming in and going to pass near you guys. Let's see here. Looks like we have an additional product here to pass along. Hold on.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
All right, so Weather Service is going to go with the severe thunderstorm warning for, it looks like, Harrison and let's see here. Who else do we have in that? Panola and Harrison, and they're going to clip Marion County in there too. Just barely getting Marion County in there, but that's going to be for this cluster of storms here, which are going to be moving off to the northeast at, what are they saying here? Probably 40 to 50 miles an hour. I would bet it's probably something akin to what we're seeing with the others. Quarters and 60-mile-an-hour winds moving east-northeast at about 50 miles an hour. So, again, severe thunderstorm warning, new one now for southeastern Harrison County, extreme southeastern Marion County, at least I'll say that, and northeastern Panola County. So, you guys there with that wind signature looks pretty good as well. See how it's kind of bowing out a little bit there on the leading edge, so that would show you pretty good wind. And then deeper in on this, you've got the what looks like some maybe a little bit of hail potential there south of Crossroads, heading towards Strickland Springs, and that'll be passing the worst of that again south of Marshall. So you guys in Marshall got some rain, probably hearing a little bit of thunder, but you're not in the actual polygon per se with this here. Folks in Wascom, pretty good wind headed your way, and also that hail. And then further to the south, down in some of these smaller communities, DeBerry and Walnut Grove and Horton, right now in the brunt of that better hail, and this stuff is going to track right there towards you guys in Elysian Fields in the next little bit. All right, so let's see what we have with that. And I want to check a couple of other things here. Let's see here. All right. Marbles right now, Tyler? Okay, thanks for that. Hail and high winds in that just south of Looneyville. Okay, Toby, thank you for that. Appreciate it much. North of Crockett, storm came through about 4:30, Jennifer says. Big wind and some hail. Big tree is down along with lots of branches in her yard. Oh, Jennifer, sorry about that. Not the way you want to start the day, for sure there. So thanks for those Thanks for those reports, guys. All right, let's pull out here just a second, and let's hit this here.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
All right, so the Weather Service is going to issue new severe thunderstorm warning for the same storm that we came on to talk about initially. This is going to be for north central Nacogdoches, northwestern Shelby, southwestern Panola, and Rusk County. That'll go till 6:15, so we're at 5:27 now. So happy Saturday to you. 2-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds possible with this storm. It's going to continue kind of that trend that we were talking about earlier, which is why I decided to come on this morning, was to visit about that. This hail there near Douglas, we were talking about that. Tyler had some hail earlier, and said it looked more like marble size. So we'll continue with that potential. There's Nat that we were talking about here just a second ago as well. Toby seeing some hail there. So Toby, if you have an estimate, man, if you can see it safely, I don't want to put you in any kind of harm's way, but if you can get an idea or a picture of that, would be awesome. With something that we could kind of compare it to size-wise, whether it's a quarter or a golf ball, or something that we know the exact measurements on, and we can forward that along to the Weather Service if you can do so. And if not, I totally understand. But again, new severe thunderstorm warning for the same storm that was down south of Rusk earlier. It just continues to track off to the northeast. Movement on that thing is about 50 to 55 miles an hour. So again, this is going to pass north of Nacogdoches, at least the city proper. The more intense part of the storm from the hail perspective is going to be right here, right along 21, which you take to go out west of Nac, heading towards and into Cherokee County. So taking that route many a time there. And then some pretty decent wind, and probably particularly on the leading edge of this thing here. There's some pretty good wind there. You'll get some pretty good wind in Mount Enterprise here within the next 10 to probably 10 to 15 minutes, I would think. I can hear a little bit of thunder rumbling here in South Tyler right now. Thanks, Otto. So let's see here what else we have. Yeah, 2-inch hail is nothing to sneeze at for sure. So radar Omega updating now. So we're coming up on 5:30. So we've got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that we're watching. This one here for Harrison County. That's a pretty good hail signature there. It's from Strickland Springs back up to I-20. So here's Jonesville. There's Wascom. Okay. So we're going to get some pretty decent hail in there. Here's a little pocket north of Panola. The more intense one right along I-20 now. And then another third pocket of that stuff down towards Horton. Here's Elysian Fields. This is going to come across, probably bring some pretty good hail to Elysian Fields the next little bit. There's 31. Hail in Jonesville, Michael. Okay. Thank you. Any estimate on the size, my friend, would be great. If you can't do that, I totally understand, but just thought I'd ask. Yes, ma'am. Thanks for being here. So you guys in Marshall, you're okay as far as the severe weather is concerned. You're not in the polygon actually at all. although your neighbors off to the southwest are. And again, the warning does clip extreme southeastern Marion County, but the severe weather to me looks to like it's going to stay a bit south of there. 3/4 inch hail covering the ground and still coming down. Okay. Thank you, Toby. All right. All right, passing a couple things along there. Thank you all for the reports again. Good stuff, Tyler. Excellent. All right, Kenneth, thank you for that. Let me pass that along as well. Sorry about the loss of power there, Tyler. Golly, man. Never a good way to start the morning. Felicia, I appreciate you being here. Thank you much. All right, so we've got two storms that are really the producers this morning. The one that is going to be pretty soon exiting out of our area with that, at least the bulk of that, and the wind threat at least, and then you got some hail and some additional wind back southeast of Marshall, and then this storm here, which is now across northern Nacogdoches County, clearly southeast of Cushing. There's Looneyville. Had hail, got hail, which has covered the ground, I think, there in Douglas from Tyler's report there just a second ago. Peas in my Enterprise here just a second ago, Kenneth says. And so that's again not surprising. There's Mount Enterprise right there. So if you got peas, if you had peas in Mount Enterprise with that, and then you got this dog coming up from the southwest, that'll give you some impact or some idea as to what we're potentially dealing with there. Savannah hail's done in Wascom. Okay, Savannah, thanks for that. If you can give me any idea on size of that, that would be helpful also. If not, totally understand. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for northern Nacogdoches County, as well as southern Rusk County and southwestern Panola County, for that matter. No severe weather per se on the southwest, in the southwest part of Panola County at the moment, but this storm, which is coming at you out of the southwest Mount Enterprise area now, will be tracking across Panola County here shortly. 3/4 inch hail, Wascom. Okay, thank you, Savannah. Appreciate that greatly. And again, there's going to be some pretty decent wind in this thing as well. Notice how the kind of the shape of the storm, how it's kind of arcing out there, indicates a good amount of wind, especially on the leading edge of that. But you'll still see it even away from the storm on that south side. So you guys who may not have quite as much to deal with from this across northeastern Nacogdoches County, you'll still get some wind out of this. Even so, all right. So do be aware of that. Okay. Call me there now, Toby. Good, man. Excellent. Pretty good wind in Elysian Fields, Casey. Thank you for that. You guys stay safe. Appreciate it, Tyler. Thank you for the report, man. That's a big help. Is there a name for the fast, almost constant lightning that comes from these storms, Toby? Well, not that I'm aware of. I just call it prolific. But you know, that's one of those things that can really. That's one of the spookier parts of these things, honestly. I think for a lot of people is the lightning and the thunder that goes with it. The wind can do the damage, the lightning can do damage, and of course the hail can as well. But it's the noise, I think, out of that just really can be disturbing, especially at night. There's something about going through storms in the dark that is different from going through them during the day, and so maybe that's just me, but. It's probably not just me, though. So you can see a shower trying to develop on the south end of this thunderstorm over the northern part of the city of Nac right now. Look at that. Yeah, that's new. I wasn't there a few minutes ago. So showers there, rainfall around the north loop there. At the moment, the bulk of the severe weather, obviously, or all the severe weather passing a good ways north of the city of Nac now. So we're at 5:40. We've got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that we're watching. This one here with upwards of bigger than golf ball sized hail. At least the potential for that over the last 30 minutes or so. That's why I decided to hop on. Just to talk, since I know we can get awful keyed up in these kind of situations. Yeah. Okay, Alyssa, it's not just me then. Thank you. I feel better. Mount Enterprise, you guys had some small hail, Mount Enterprise earlier, and looks like we've got some even better hail potential there along 315 now. This will be east of 259, which runs the kind of the main artery in and out of Mount Enterprise, at least going north-south. Hailing in Central Heights, Tyler. Okay, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Central Heights down there closer to NAC. Tyler, if your mom can give any kind of estimate on size, that would be great. It's probably just about to wrap up there, but if we find anything out on that, that'd be cool too. Okay. So again, okay, new 59, 259 area, NAC, storming hard, Becky says. Wind and big rain. Okay. You bet, Kim. Glad to be of service there. Thanks for being a part of what we do here near Lake Nacogdoches. That's awesome. Same in Latexo. Okay. Thanks, Jennifer. So we'll have some wind. That'll be coming in first and into southeastern or southwestern Panola County with this storm. Okay. And we talked about how these storms have kind of a they have some anatomy to them, and you get this initial burst of wind first. Hailing in Appleby, Dylan. Okay, appreciate that. Dimes between Cushing and Garrison, Jeffrey. Okay, thank you very much for that. Any estimate on that hail, Dylan, and Appleby? If you can, that's awesome. If you can't, I totally understand. Not trying to put you in any issue there, any problems. All right, so Dylan's got hail in Appleby. Let's see here. Dimes to peas in Appleby. Okay. Yeah, let's see here where we are at. Thanks for these reports, guys. Huge help. Rusty, quarters to dimes, 259, 315 area. Okay, Rusty, thank you for that. Yeah, Rusty, a lot of lightning in there, man. A whole bunch of it. So again, a lot of reports of hail. Thank you, Lynn. Hail in K Road north of Central Heights. Okay. Yeah, I see you there. So hail, there's a new scan coming across. So that hail should be letting up there pretty quick for you guys along 259 and on the west side of 259. That'll continue scooting off to the northeast into southwest or southeastern Rusk County. All right. Thanks for waking up and hanging out with me here this morning. I'm glad it's not just me kind of sitting here blinking at 5:45. And normally, we don't hop on for severe thunderstorms per se. But last week's event, we did because of the amount of buildup to it, and also just the unusual nature of the storms. And then this morning, with all of the hype that has gone on surrounding the storms that happened last night. Missouri and Arkansas got just slammed last night. If you were not watching, number of tornadoes, lots of damage, some injuries there. And so this stuff that we're seeing this morning is kind of a precursor to what's going to occur, but what will happen this afternoon east of us over towards Jackson and all the way down to New Orleans, Mobile, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, and Montgomery. It's going to be just a mess of a day over east. So here's that storm exiting out of Harrison County, or at least the most intense of it. We're getting pretty close to that radar, but Weather Service is saying they think golf balls in this stuff that's now out of Harrison County over towards Blanchard and going to pass across the northern part of the Shreveport metro here in a bit. You guys in southeastern Marion County, you're fine. I know the Polygon still has you in play for, 13 more minutes, but severe weather threat for you guys is over, as is most of it for Harrison County. Still some heavy rain. It's pretty good lightning there north of Wascom. But, all in all, most of that has exited. We're still watching some heavy rain there along I-20 near Jonesville, west of Wascom, and then some showers there back, trailing back to the southwest. So a new scan coming in. Let's see what we paint up here with that. Sometimes it kind of hesitates a little bit. Quarters there in Cairo. Okay. Weather Service in Shreveport is juggling a lot of stuff. We've got our severe thunderstorm watch going on, and now they're in the process of coordinating a tornado watch further to the east of us. That won't impact our area, but it will cover a good piece of North Louisiana, and we'll get up into south central Arkansas. All right, so we are Lauren asking about Tyler. Not much going on, Tyler, at the moment. We're really just watching some showers here. And even that is the rainfall more pronounced and better coverage as you get kind of northeast of Tyler. We are in the severe thunderstorm watch box. Smith County is, at least, kind of on the edge of it, and that'll run until 10 o'clock this morning. Heading to Houston in the next hour, Kyle is. Stuff be cleared out by then. We'll still keep that severe thunderstorm watch in place, but with the way the atmosphere is working over, I think in the next hour, I think we'll have a better feel for kind of where we stand on things. I don't think you can completely rule out some redevelopment, but at least what we're seeing right now is going to help to work over some of the atmosphere. Let's get back over to this storm, which is getting into Panola County now, or is into Panola County now. There's 315. Here's Carthage. You guys in Carthage, you'll have some pretty good wind, probably between Carthage and Long Branch here. Right now, we'll have the wind that pushes out ahead of this leading edge of the rainfall. There's some hail potential there. Weather Service saying damage threat there considerable with that 2-inch hail, so about the size of a lime, which is good. I was trying to think of something that was 2 inches in diameter, but yeah, okay, so lime size hail. So we've got the warning, and we continue with the warning back into south central Rusk County. Pretty decent, probably some hail there still. Appleby, we had reports of that, numerous reports of hail from Central Heights, Cairo, and Appleby. So y'all are on you guys in Cairo and back towards Central Heights and the north side of Nacogdoches. Y'all are done. You're just looking at a pretty good light show off to off to the north of you for now. That beeping noise you hear is when the radar gets a new image, it'll paint and just let the user know that they've got a new scan coming in. So very thankful to have some updates on that. Forecast for Longview, Connie. Shower chances, thunderstorm chances here for the next couple of hours. This is not going to be a washout event day for us as far as rain is concerned. We will clear out a little bit later on this morning, and the big driver for the severe weather will be moving east and doing what it's going to do across the deep south in what we call Dixie Alley later on today. Clear a few things out here real quick. So we've got 2 warnings that we're still working with. I'm going to pull. Okay. Hey, Randy, trying to pull in here on your area, bud. Pretty good wind coming into that southeastern, through that southeastern part of Panola County right now. Here's a radar image, kind of give you hopefully some bearings. Hopefully this gives you some help here on positioning in relation to you, bud. Randy headed toward Mississippi. Okay. Man, that is Randy, that's the big question. I posted something here about it's probably been 30, 40 minutes ago now, about folks heading to the beach. I know a lot of folks are going to the beach this week for spring break. We're going to have significant severe weather because there's 2 ways to go to the beach. Those of us who go down that direction, we're either going to run the north route, I call it, which is going to take you from, through Jackson, and then you cut south from Jackson. Or you can go the south route, which go to Shreveport, go south on 49, and cut across on I-10 down around, New Orleans and right along the coastline there. We've got significant severe weather potential in both of those, or on both of those routes today. The best thing I can do, or to tell you to do, is going to be if you have an app on your phone that feeds you severe weather warnings. I've got one on my phone. I use the Barron's weather app, Barron's Critical Weather. You can look that up probably in the App Store. I don't remember how much it is, but I know it's a great app, and it tells me when I've got lightning approaching. It tells me when I've got rain approaching. It tells me when there's a severe weather watch or warning issued, and it uses the location services on my phone. You want to be sure you've got that checked so that it'll tell you what's coming in your general area. We do a lot of traveling, our family does, and I can't tell you how many times it's been very handy when I'm, up in New England or in Wyoming or something along those lines, and weather happens, it finds me, tells me what's going on, and it's really good. On a day like today, you want to have that, okay? It's going to be great weather down at the beach later on, but this is just going to be a tough day to travel. I had a lady, a friend of mine, it's a fellow real estate agent, who sent me a text yesterday afternoon. She said, "Hey, I was checking out at Family Dollar. We're getting ready to go to the beach, and the cashier mentioned reading your post, and when I told her I was going to the beach, she said, "Hey, wait a minute, it's going to get bad down that way." My friend had no idea. So I think there's a lot of folks who are going to get caught off guard by this stuff this morning and today. So all that to say, just be aware of your surroundings. You're in unfamiliar territory when you're in, a lot of times when you're heading through these parts, and so it's just good to have some way to get information that you can use to keep your family safe. All right. Let's look at this hail here. Most pronounced hail right now along 315 in Panola County. There's 315 heading out of Carthage. All right. So you're going to have some pretty good hail in Carthage shortly. You guys on the southwest side of town just are seeing it now, and this thing will continue tracking northeast at 40 to 50 miles an hour. Hailing in Gary, Amanda? Okay, thanks. I'm glad you read that, Randy. I hope it didn't seem too intense. I try not to be, as I talked about in that post, I try not to be real hyperbolic with my language because I don't think that does you any good when it's really time to get serious about what you're trying to impart to people. And today's one of those serious days. So hopefully you read that and took it with the heart that was behind it. Amanda, if you got any idea on the hail there, size and Geary, I appreciate that. Yeah, you go the south route. Okay, Randy. There are a lot of stopping points there, and that's one thing about that route going down through Hattiesburg and South Mississippi. It's a lot of trees and whatnot, and it can be kind of hard to see sometimes in some of those spots. About peas, Brittany. Okay, very good. Thank you. Off 1970. Okay, Amanda, I see what you're saying here. Hail got a lot larger and a lot heavier there. Nickels to dimes, Amanda. Yeah, it sounds like Weather Service is they're gonna issue another warning downstream. So you guys in Carthage, this is gonna be the one that's gonna impact you guys more directly. West side of Carthage, Kyle. Okay, outside up to quarters. Very good. I'm sorry about that, but I appreciate the heads up. Tabitha's got hail downtown Carthage. Okay. All right. So Weather Service is they'll be issuing here just a second on that new warning. Hey, John. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate that. Glad we're able to help out. So it's 6:01. Happy Saturday. Up a little earlier than a lot of folks probably try to be on a weekend, but we are going to keep tabs on these storms here. I decided to come on just because of the potential for upwards of golf ball sized hail down in southern Cherokee County an hour or so back. I've lost track of time, but figured with all of the hype that has been ongoing toward today to the east of us, and with everything that happened last night up in Arkansas and Missouri, we'd come in and just visit and walk some folks through this. Tornadoes, nothing tornadic that I have seen or anything of the like, Tammy, for Carthage. Just some pretty good hail at the moment and some good straight line winds as well. Okay, good. Let's hit this real fast.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, Weather Service has gone ahead with this new severe thunderstorm warning, which is going to also kind of encompass southeastern Harrison County, but more directly, you guys in Panola County and the city of Carthage proper. So here's the statement. We'll just read it together. Severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Harrison and Panola County until 6:45. Storms along a line from Beckville to 7 miles southeast of Carthage, or along a line from 8 miles northwest of Carthage to 7 miles southeast of Carthage, moving northeast at 50, 70 mile an hour winds, and ping pong ball sized hail there. All right, so that'll be for these storms here. We got them kind of lined up, pretty good clustering. There's a new scan coming in. So you guys, Beckville, you got hail off just to the southeast of you. Looks like the largest hail to me at the moment is going to be there near Holland Quarters, Delray, Ryderville, and then down to a little bit of lesser hail size, small hail in Carthage. Tammy, okay, thank you. And then there's a little bit bigger pocket of that stuff north of 10, Highway 10 there, or actually just east of Highway 10. There's 59. So you guys downtown Carthage had a report of some hail downtown Carthage earlier. Betty, big hail and lots of wind here now. Is that in Carthage, Betty? Just wanted to clarify that. So you guys on the northeast side, east side of Carthage, that'll be coming your way here directly, as they say. And there he goes. There's our new image. So hail now getting east of Ryderville and crossing 59 there on the north side of town. Hail at 2517 and 699, Amber. Okay, thanks for that. Quarters downtown, Tabitha, thank you for that. All right. So we're at 6:04, coming up on 6:05 now. The biggest of this hail will be cleared out of Carthage within the next 10 minutes or so. There'll be some pretty good wind on the leading edge of this, so you guys downstream, east northeast of Carthage, you'll have this wind. Notice how the rain is a pretty steep gradient here with the intensity of that rain. There's going to be a pretty good amount of wind leading along ahead of this, up 79. All right. It's moving about 50 miles an hour, Jewel. And this is really the last storm per se. Hadn't been a whole lot of redevelopment back behind this stuff. Austin had some marble size hail in Carthage in the middle of town. Okay, good deal, Austin. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Let's look at this. I'm going to take this. Let's look at that. Take a look at some of these. All right, so I'm going to put my glasses on to see some of these small numbers here. All right, so we got dew points in the 60s. See these numbers here, these green numbers? That's a dew point temperature. 63 in Center, 50s at Carthage, 60. And you got 66 at the East Texas Regional Airport there, south of Longview, 50s at Tyler. But look at what happens when you get further off to the west, these 30s and 20s. So this is that dry air that's sweeping in. 50s for dew points down in Crockett, Palestine area. Okay, Jordan, thanks for that hail report. So I'm just trying to see what's going on here. Yeah, Tyler, we can look at velocities there. So we're looking at what we call the velocity product on the right hand side. Looking at the direction that the winds are blowing in relation to the radar site in Shreveport. So we've got a ton of these blues and these strong blues and greens indicate the winds that are blowing in towards the Shreveport radar site. Okay. If we were to have some opposing colors, some reds, things like that, that would be indicative of winds that are blowing away from the radar side. But we don't have that. We're just looking really at a lot of straight line wind set up here at the moment, which is obviously a problem if you've got a tree that falls on your house because it just blew over. But even though we don't have anything tornadic or rotating per se, you can still have damage, and I've seen many a tree get pulled down because the wind was more downburst versus rotating. So good to know there at least. Jordan's got hail. Thanks for that, Jordan. So that's a pretty good hail signature there, y'all, from Ryderville over, kind of arcing back to the east along 79. So most intense of that, and most intense part of that, is going to be on the northeast side of town now, north and northeast side of town. So besides this, we are severe warning free for the remainder of the area. I don't want to lose complete sight of this thing down here near Timpson. Not a warned storm per se, but still some pretty hefty rain in there. So Weather Service is going to continue just issuing an updated look at the severe thunderstorm watch. They're continuing the watch until 10 o'clock for at least all of Shreveport's counties. which is most of what I keep an eye on. We've got the western counties, which would be Hopkins and Rains and Van Zandt, Henderson, and Anderson counties. They come under the jurisdiction of the Fort Worth office. And then we've got Houston and Trinity County, which are under the Houston Weather Service office down Houston, Galveston area. And then Shreveport covers the bulk of our area. Tyler, Longview, Carthage, Shelby County, all the way down Sabine, St. Augustine counties. They all fall under that Shreveport jurisdiction there. And speaking of Shreveport, they're going to get some pretty good hail if this thing holds itself together based on that track. So we got 612 and a new scan coming as we speak. So let that thing cycle. 2 points in the 60s out here. Tyler, as far as it weakening by the time it gets over to you guys, south of Bossier, Shreveport, Bossier, hard to say. In this environment, I would think it probably would, try to hold itself together here for the moment, based on what it looks like its trend. Hey, Leanne, storms woke you up. Sorry about that. I got the text about the severe thunderstorm watch coming out, and that woke me up. So let's do something here real quick while we've got a minute. So let's look at Vils on this. Got a lot of different products that you can look at. So where's vertical? Let's just look at the veil values here. This is one of our radar products that, if it will scan, radar scope's been slow this morning. So if you're trying to pinpoint some hail, the veil value is a good one to do that. So let's pull out, look at the history of this a little bit more. So there it comes, kind of almost like split. Yeah, that thing split off. That one over Timpson just kind of pulled right off to the east. So still a pretty strong looking storm, but that's the only one vertically integrated liquid. Yeah, Atlanta, that is it. That's the only one that's popping at all on the Ville, other than the one over near Benton. Look at those values there. Yeah, so you got some near 79, near 80 Villes there, compared with, the mid 60 Villes, this storm on the northeast side of Carthage. Yep. Yeah, there's a little pixel of 70, 72. So hey, Larry, good morning, man. You planted steels, feed, and seed today, 9 to 1. I think you'll be okay, Larry. That'll be a good show. Picking and grinning. Yeah, I think you guys will be all right there, Larry and Troop. A few showers this morning, but it won't last long. All right, so still keep an eye on that thing down near Tenaha. There's some hail down there, probably west of Tenaha. Raining hard in Deadwood. Okay. Jamie didn't want to look outside. Yeah, I can appreciate that sometimes. Ashley asking about Ohio, talking about the state. A lot of severe weather up that way. There's a new scan there. So maybe a little bit of hail west side of 59 now, north of Tenaha. Okay, that's going to kind of on the tail end of this larger, much more significant cluster there. Now northeast of Carthage, kind of running right along 79. And that's it as far as the stronger storms go. Still got some heavy rainfall back up, northeast of Marshall. That's all very much subsevere. Light rainfall, Longview area. Shows I've had 600s here of an inch in Tyler overnight. I'll check the gauge here at 7 o'clock. And then there's some additional rain coming in from the west. And, you take the rain you can get during the month of March and in April and May, because, in the back of your mind, I'm always looking ahead at summer and wet ground and whatnot. So it's an awful lot of lightning there to have nothing on the radar. Okay, that was just old data apparently. So just looking back out to the southwest here. So still got some light rainfall kind of tracking southwest to northeast. These blue numbers here, these are not actual air temperatures. These are the dew point temperatures, okay? The measurement of how much moisture we have in the air. The lower the dew point temperature, the drier the air mass is, and also the less conducive it's going to be to producing severe weather. So that's why you're seeing just, very meager looking radar returns south of Dallas, and then much juicier stuff off to the east where those higher dew points are. So that's the Fort Worth radar. We don't want to look at Carthage from the Fort Worth radar. So we get back over to Shreveport and get back in on that. See those dew points there: 64 Marshall, 66 at the airport south of Longview, 61 south west of Henderson there at the Rusk County Airport. Cluster coming through Carthage look like it's going to go south of Wascom, Jewel. Yeah, it'll be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be pretty tight there. So we'll hang with that here for just a second. And I want to do something else too while we have a second. Let's do this here. Minimize. And let me minimize that. And I want to pull. I want to look at this real quick while we have a second. All right. So I had some people asking. You may have seen this. I posted it a little bit earlier. This is what we call the convective outlook. This is something that the Storm Prediction Center, they issue these up to 8 days out when severe weather is anticipated. Okay. You see me use this a lot. Those of us in the weather field, we look at this thing every day, especially during the spring. On rare occasions, you will have it's a 0 to 5 rating, if you want to call it that. You got general thunder, which I just call 0, and then you've got the marginal and the slight and the enhanced, and then you go into the moderate range, which is have a few of those a year into this high category, which is this purple area from Jackson down just north of Montgomery, over to Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, and then over to Tupelo. High risk days are pretty rare. You'll have less than a half dozen of those a year, if even one of those or two of those a year is pretty interesting. We had a high risk upgrade that the Storm Prediction Center did yesterday. That I saw a post. Katie over at Channel 7 said I think it was like the second time in the history of the Storm Prediction Center that they have issued a high risk outlook the day before an event. It's a very rare tool that they don't take that off the shelf very often. When they do, you need to take note of that. Okay, so you guys that are if you are headed to the beach today, I-20 runs right there through Jackson. You're heading south towards Mobile, and then you cut across along the Panhandle through South Alabama and Florida. But you got to get through Mississippi to do that. Notice a large portion of South Central Mississippi in that high risk. You've got those folks who may decide they want to take the south route. They're going to go to Shreveport. They're going to cut south and then go along I-10 and hug the coast. You're going to go right through a huge moderate risk area, Mobile and the like. So if you are heading that direction today for spring break, just be aware of what you're driving into, and be in a position to monitor the weather as you go along, okay? Through an app on your phone, through local radio. If you've got a NOAA weather radio, those are obviously great. The only problem on a day like today, especially if you don't know the area and your NOAA weather radio goes off for a warning and you don't know where that is, it can, slow down your reaction time and your ability to do what you need to do to get out of the way. So that's why, like I said, I do like the apps, and that can follow your location and feed that information to you. On my phone, I use the Barron's app. So if you want to look at that through the App Store, I'm sure they have one available for the Google Store as well. But that's the one that I like, and it's worked good for me for several years, and I especially like it whenever I'm out traveling and we're in an area. The Barron app is free, Randy. Good, very good. Well, thanks for that. I'm glad to know that it is, because I know it's a heck of a good app, and so that's good. Yeah, be praying for those folks down in Mississippi and Alabama, Jamie. Absolutely. So, Randy, y'all are headed that way. Okay. Have a great time. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I'm jealous. I'd love to go to the beach. I don't care if it's 20 degrees or 95. There's nothing like that. Those sugar white beaches down there along the Gulf Coast. So y'all have a great time. So we've got one storm left. If you get through Shreveport, actually, Randy, you'll be in pretty decent shape for a bit. You have to watch these things, though. Anything that tries to pop up southwest of you. Barron's, it's Baron, or B-H, maybe it's two R's. Hold on a second. Let me look. Let's see here. Baron. It's the Barron Critical Weather. Barron, Baron, Critical Weather. Mr. Barron was a pioneer in putting outfitting local television stations with a radar. When I was at 56 years ago, you see that big, looks like a golf ball outside, the big tower there. That was a Barron radar that we had there at the station. And so Mr. Barron, I think he's out of Huntsville, Alabama, but has put a lot of radars around the country in a lot of places. And so when I saw that they had an app, I had a lot of respect for their product anyway. And so Oh, cool, Congress. Well, man, thanks for following along here. Hope we're able to provide some stuff that's helpful for you. But yeah, if you chase, yeah, man, that's a good one to have for sure. But it's good to have those things when you're traveling, especially because you're not familiar with the surroundings, and that's just another obstacle to have to overcome. Anything behind these storms, Randy? Nah, not so much right now. Really, it's pretty quiet. You can see that drier air, 55 dew point there at the Cherokee County Airport there between Rusk and Jacksonville. 50s at Tyler now, so the drier air is working its way in. I think our severe weather threat is gonna wrap up. There's that dew point of 50 down there at the Nacogdoches Airport. So, a lot of this I think is going to be over into Louisiana. The bulk of the severe weather concern is going to be exiting out and getting east, which is where our friend Randy, who's headed to the beach today. So, send us some pictures of that pretty green blue water. It's good stuff. Water's going to be chilly though. I wish we could have had some of these 80-degree temps that we had yesterday next week. I'd love to take the boat out and get in the water or get on top of the water. I don't want to be in the water right now. We did that years ago, but we'll let the youngins do that. You bet, Randy. Thanks for being here. I'm glad it's helpful. It's Harrison County storm in Scottsville, Sarah. No, I think it passes south of you. You'll probably get a little bit of wind, maybe picking up out of the south with this thing passing you, but most of that's gonna skate just to the south of you. Still got the severe thunderstorm warning until I guess 6:45 for Harrison County and Panola County. Weather Service thinking, upwards to ping pong ball size hail potential. This thing looks to have lost some of its composure of late. Okay, notice how we've lost those purplish colors there. And it's certainly not because the storm it's certainly not because the radar's not seeing the storm clearly, being that close to Shreveport. But I say that, yeah, they're getting pretty close to the radar. So, got a northwest wind here in Tyler now. Temps down to 59. Yeah, we're at the low for the last 24 hours right now. You bet, Sarah. On behalf of my mom in Elysian Fields, I'm glad that the storm is losing steam. I don't blame you, Jessica. I don't blame you a bit. So again, here's a radar loop showing you what's coming back behind this stuff, which is very minimal. That doesn't hurt my feelings a bit. Those storms there over Panola County, though, and southeastern Harrison County, they still, even though they've weakened, they still stick out compared to everything else in our immediate area. And then you look off to the east, and you kind of get the picture. A lot of stuff. So Weather Service is going to continue the severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Harrison and for northeastern Panola County. They're saying 70-mile-an-hour winds and upwards of, what is that, $half sized hail? Yeah. So about 1.25 inches, which is down from the, was it ping pong ball size, I think, earlier? So that thing, sizable, though. It's still a big storm. I mean, as far as just the amount of space it takes up. And you got this, little brother off to the south. But, you definitely got some hail in there. But not as impressive as it was. And again, it just seems more straight line than anything else. Sean got family in Clinton and Starkville. Okay. Yeah, I'll be praying for those folks today. That Jackson area that's a hotbed for tornadoes and severe weather. I've been kind of amazed at how much severe weather you see in the Jackson area in that part of Mississippi. When we used to chase, when I was at Mississippi State, we chased out in the Delta. You get out there in that flat area on the east side of the river, and it's pretty good visibility out there. When people think of Mississippi, they think of trees and the like, but you get out there in northwest Mississippi, and it's a bit easier to spot stuff, thankfully, for those who chase. But you get further east, and you get over into Alabama, man, and it's a beast. As it is here too. I mean, this is a hard place to chase. These guys that run, these guys that run up in Kansas and that area, Congress, I'd be interested to get your take on that. If you're from Kansas chasing, it's a different ball game when you have to navigate all of these obstructions to your view. And so it's, it really, especially at night, oh gosh almighty, that's spooky. But yeah, those folks in Starkville and Clinton and really everybody across Mississippi are going to get or is under some kind of severe weather threat today, and Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle later on today. So, pretty good storm there north of Shreveport and everything lining up, Natchitoches and Monroe. Yeah, Congress is in Kansas. We don't have severe weather here today. Yeah, just wind. Good. Thanks for watching from Kansas, man. See these dew points out here too? 69 at Monroe, 70 over, is it Vicksburg? Yeah. That's a lot of juice. Wow, you chased the EF5 on April 27th, 2011. Okay. Wow. So you were in Birmingham that day. I bet that was absolutely unbelievable to see. And I'll tell you this, Congress, and all you guys for that matter, if you have any pictures of damage from today, hail, anything of that nature that you want to send along that you think is compelling, feel free to do that. Email address is doc@docdeason.com. Of course, you can find me on X. You can find us. We will stream to YouTube. I'm trying to get a stream going on Rumble as well. We've got some things that we need to iron out with that. And also, you can follow us. We'll put some stuff up on Instagram. I had some impressive video out of the Panhandle yesterday. A friend of mine sent me some video of a guy south of Amarillo, and it was some of the most compelling wind video I've ever seen. Just with the dust blowing, and you can see the guy's tractor in the background. It was really, really cool. And so if you missed that, you'll see the post of it from yesterday, and you can find that on Twitter, and we threw it up on YouTube and Instagram as well. But yeah, Congers, if you grew up in Birmingham, if you have some pictures of that April 27th, I'd be intrigued to see what you saw that day. So feel free to email me, Doc, at docdeason.com. Okay. And anyone else, like I said, if you had damage reports from this morning, anything that you saw hail-wise, you got pictures of, would love to see that. And if email is easier for you, that's awesome. We're at 6:37 now, so we've got a few more minutes on the severe thunderstorm warning, and I'm just going to walk this thing right out, and then I'm going to go get some hot tea and probably put something to eat on for Lexi and I, and we may watch some cartoons here in a little bit. Yeah, those trucks, it was crazy yesterday. I think we had some fatalities in the Panhandle yesterday from the accidents there along the interstate. Just nuts. So showers, still some pretty decent rainfall, and a little bit of small hail there. Between Elysian Fields and Wascom, more so Wascom than Elysian Fields, but you guys on the south side of 20. Hey, Debbie, thanks for watching from South Carolina. Hope you have a great day there. We got to Hilton. Was it Hilton Head? Yeah, Hilton Head. We were there back right after Christmas, so it's been a lot of fun. We're trying to get our daughter's feet down in all 50 states before she's 18. And so that's been a goal that we've been working on for the past couple of years. And we clipped everybody from pretty much from Philadelphia down to Hilton Head, back between Christmas or after Christmas and into the early part of January. So it's a pretty state down there. Hilton Head was very pretty. Rain's picking up in Wascom, Jewel. Okay. Rolling Fork, JJ. Holy smokes, man. You guys are infamous. That Rolling Fork tornado was that 2023? Gosh almighty, that was a big one. I was headed to the Southeast Severe Storm Symposium in Starkville, the night of the Rolling Fork tornado. That was a beast. Wow. Thanks for watching. That's some more rarefied air there. Anytime you hear somebody refer to Rolling Fork or Birmingham, April 27th, or Moore, May 3rd, 99, those are Gerald, 1997. That's big time weather lore right there. So thanks for being a part of this, JJ. That's pretty great. Absolutely, Debbie. Appreciate you watching us, and I'm glad we're able to be helpful for you. God bless you guys there in Chandler this morning. So yeah, and today's going to be one of those days, I think, severe weather wise. What they see today in Mississippi and Alabama, I think there's going to be some big things that occur today. I don't know if it's going to be a Rolling Fork or a Birmingham April 27. But there's a lot of people under a big gun today for severe weather. Jamie asking, Doc, do you go live on YouTube every time you're live on Facebook? That's what I try to do. That's what I think we're doing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are. We stream it out. Use a stream service that shoots it to Twitter. It shoots it to YouTube, and it shoots it to Facebook. It's kind of a hassle to stream live on Instagram, so I don't try to go that route. done enough looking into it, and it's kind of a hassle, at least as far as I know. Maybe it's not as hard as I'm making it out to be, but it seems like a stretch. So, and like I said, trying to get a Rumble channel going too, which is kind of an alternative to the folks at YouTube, just another option for some folks who aren't there. I know we got a lot of people who don't have a social media presence at all. We got a lot of people who are not on Facebook, who are not on Twitter or X. And so the YouTube route is the only way to really help them out that they have access to. And so that's been fun to get involved with that. Cool, Jamie. Yeah, absolutely. Glad that helps out there. So, but it's fun just to kind of see those different areas there. Some people are. And not in others. Some people are not in one place, but they are in others. So that's the purpose behind all that. So let's see here. We are at 6:42. Let's see here. Okay. Weather Service is fixing to cancel the severe thunderstorm watch for all of their Northeast Texas counties, which is not surprising based on those dew point numbers that we were talking about, or at least a lot of them, 50s back over here at Tyler, and Gilmer's dew points down to 46, 42, up there near Mount Pittsburgh, Mount Pleasant area. So, yeah, Tyler, I think it may be, it's losing some strength for sure. So we'll see if they cancel everybody, or if and I wouldn't be surprised if they did go ahead and clear everybody out with 55 dew point at Carthage and what's come through there and worked the atmosphere over like it did. So that's not really too surprising. Yeah, Tyler, I think it's falling apart too. Oh, Jamie's headed to Jefferson. What a pretty place. Alyssa and I, we like to get over there from time to time. I want to go out on Caddo and do some stuff over there. That's a pretty spot. But Jefferson's such a cool town. If you've not been over there, I'm amazed at how many folks have never been to Jefferson. It's such a neat place. So if you get a chance to get over there, go knock that out. Let's see here. Yeah, Weather Service is canceling severe thunderstorm watch for Russ, Greg, Cherokee, Smith, Angelina, Upshur, Marion, St. Augustine. Yeah, they're killing it all. Cass, Sabine. Awesome. That's what you want. Yeah, it is a hidden gem, Jamie, for sure. Okay, they got a big Civil War event in Jefferson in May. Good to know. Okay. Excellent. Middle Tennessee today. Aaron, let's just peel over there for a second. And you got dew points still in the 60s out there. Got tornado warning there south of Memphis. This area got worked over pretty good last night. Let's see what our open preview. Yeah, that Middle Tennessee area, you depending on where you are, I got a buddy does TV weather over in Jackson, Tennessee. So they're on the, still got that enhanced risk area all the way up to Nashville. over to Knoxville and south of there, the bigger severe weather is going to be in play again. That area, that corridor from Jackson over to Montgomery up to Tupelo, that'll include Starkville. That's the bullseye if there ever was one today. Just if you do have family out this direction, I'm sure they're dialed in on things. The thing that I am also concerned about is the traffic coming out of East Texas, people headed down to go down to the coast for spring break who may not be aware of what's going on. So that's why we made a post earlier this morning about that, just encouraging people to have an app that can feed them information about their local situation. And those are the kinds of things that I think are going to help to prevent loss of life. What you don't want to do is be in a car or an RV or something along those lines when these kinds of storms are in your right up on top of you. That's a recipe for disaster if there ever was one. So we just want folks to be mindful of that as they're traveling. So I think I am fixing to travel to the kitchen to make some hot tea and probably spend some time with the family today. I do again appreciate you guys being a part of what we try to do here. It's always fun to get to connect and help share some information from you guys, pass that along to the Weather Service, and hopefully give you guys some peace of mind in the process as well. So if you don't follow us on the other socials, feel free to do that on X, on YouTube. If you subscribe on YouTube, it should alert you whenever we go live. And also, if you are on Facebook, I appreciate you following me there. And set the page as a favorite. That will allow you to get information from that we post a little bit quicker, up or higher in your feed. And I figure if you're here, you probably like weather. So I like weather too. So look, we got that already in common. So appreciate your time here this morning on a Saturday. Hope it's a safe weekend for you. Prayers for our friends in Mississippi and Alabama today. Got several dear friends in the Birmingham, Tuscaloosa area. My friend Wes Wyatt handles the weather there at the Fox affiliate in Birmingham. So if you are in the Birmingham, Tuscaloosa area, Central Alabama, give Wes a look. I've known the guy for almost 30 years. Can you believe that? So good people out in that part of the country. I have a lot of love for that area. So for now, you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we will talk to y'all periodically over the weekend, but back with a 7-day forecast come Monday. All right?
Thanks for watching this live broadcast from Doc Deason's Weather. When weather's at its worst, we're at our best. Doc Deason's Weather, the calm in the storm.